The United States and Russia made headlines today with a high-profile prisoner exchange. Mark Fogel, an American teacher detained in Russia for over 3 years, was released in exchange for Alexander Vinnik, a Russian national convicted of cybercrimes in the United States. The swap, which took place on neutral ground, has sparked discussions about a potential thaw in U.S.-Russia relations. Fogel's release marks a significant moment for the Biden administration and brings relief to his family after years of tireless advocacy. The exchange, while welcomed by many, underscores the complex relationship between the two superpowers. Fogel's case, stemming from possession of medical marijuana, had been deemed a case of wrongful detention by U.S. officials. His release is seen as a victory, yet questions remain about the circumstances surrounding his initial arrest and prolonged detention. The prisoner swap comes amidst heightened tensions over the ongoing war in Ukraine and broader geopolitical discord. While the exchange offers a glimmer of hope for improved communication, significant challenges remain in the relationship between Washington and Moscow. The long-term implications of this exchange on the diplomatic front are yet to be fully understood. Mark Fogel, a Pennsylvania schoolteacher, found himself at the center of an international incident in 2021. Arrested at a Moscow airport for possession of medical marijuana, he was sentenced to 14 years in a Russian prison. Fogel's case garnered significant attention, with the U.S. government classifying him as wrongfully detained and advocating for his release. On the other side of the exchange is Alexander Vinnik, a Russian national extradited to the U.S. from Greece in 2022. Vinnik, a computer expert, was accused of operating BTCE, a cryptocurrency exchange used for money laundering and illicit transactions. He was convicted in 2024 and faced a lengthy prison sentence in the United States. The circumstances surrounding both Fogel's detention and Vinnik's extradition were mired in controversy. Critics of Russia's actions against Fogel pointed to the disproportionate nature of his sentence for a relatively minor offense. Meanwhile, Vinnik's extradition was condemned by some as politically motivated, highlighting the often strained relations between Russia and the West. The timing of the prisoner swap, coming at a time of heightened global uncertainty, has fueled speculation about its diplomatic implications. Some analysts see it as a potential first step towards a broader dialogue between the U.S. and Russia. The exchange could signal a willingness on both sides to engage in communication, even amidst ongoing disagreements. However, others caution against reading too much into the swap. They argue that it is a standalone event, driven primarily by humanitarian concerns and a desire to bring citizens home. The broader geopolitical landscape, marked by the war in Ukraine and deep mistrust, remains largely unchanged. The White House, while welcoming Fogel's release, has been measured in its response. Officials emphasize that the prisoner swap should not be interpreted as a softening of the U.S. stance on Russia's actions in Ukraine. The U.S. remains committed to supporting Ukraine and holding Russia accountable for its aggression. In a surprising turn of events, former President Donald Trump revealed he had a phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. This conversation, which reportedly lasted over an hour, centered on finding a peaceful resolution to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Trump, known for his unconventional approach to diplomacy, urged both sides to lay down their arms and find common ground. This unexpected development has sent ripples through the international community, prompting mixed reactions. Some observers view Trump's involvement as a potential breakthrough, citing his previous rapport with Putin. They believe his direct line of communication could pave the way for a ceasefire and eventual peace talks. However, others remain skeptical, pointing to Trump's unpredictable nature and previous foreign policy decisions. Critics argue that his involvement could complicate matters and undermine existing diplomatic efforts.